welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we discuss queer media, especially when it is black and especially when it is woman. I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Wu.
And today we are going to discuss A Luv Tale, the series.
Yes. But before we get into all the deliciousness, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. One day I'm going to get it right. Subscribe. And yes, that way you can be aware and get all the notifications from when we drop new content and have these wonderful, robust discussions about black queer women in media. So,
yes, yeah, absolutely. So speaking of black queer women in media, we are going to talk about A Luv Tale by Sidra Smith. Now, there are two A Luv Tales. There's the series,
yes,
but then there's the film from back in the 90s. And honestly, you should watch the film and then watch the series.
I agree.
But since the series is out and real popular right now, we're going to talk about the series and then we're going to come back and talk about the film. So you'll see that next week.
Yes.
So the series, you can watch the series on BET. It's about 6 episodes. It's on BET Plus, their streaming service. And A Luv Tale, the series, starts with our character Taylor, who is an artist. She's a photographer. I can't wait to talk about the film so we can talk about how it changed.
I know. We gotta hold off.
Hold off. Okay, so Taylor is a photographer. She meets Candice at a bar. Candice is this businesswoman. She's looking real bad. Taylor sends her over a drink. They talk, and they end up screwing that night. The next day, Taylor is talking with her friend who wants to be more than friends, but Taylor's like, nah, you friend zone, dude. He's helping to set up a gallery viewing for her. She gets to exhibit her artwork, and at the gallery exhibit, her friend-zoned guy friend is introducing her to none other than his mother, who is also the woman she slept with last night, and his dad, her husband. Taylor and Candice play it off that they don't know each other.
Of course, have to.
Yeah, have to. Yeah, they continue to see each other after that.
And by see each other, you mean sleep with?
Sleep with each other, definitely. They have conversations, they have drinks, they have moments of eye contact, and then they please each other. It's great. So Candice wants to leave her husband. Taylor is like, what's going on? I'm confused. The son ends up finding out and stops talking to his mother. What are we going to do? Candice argues with her husband, and yeah, all of that is happening. Meanwhile, Aklia, who is the friend of Taylor and lives with her, they share an apartment, is a drummer who's really trying to find her own beat. And her parents are also musicians. They want her to work on this family project. She's working with them. Her mother's criticizing her the whole time. And she's like, you know what? I'm over this. And when she finally confronts her mother, she gets put off the project. Sad face.
Wow.
Candice has a friend who she confides in about the relationship, and that friend goes and tells the husband because, reveal, they had a thing in the past too. So, that is A Luv Tale, the series.
That is A Luv Tale, the series.
The series.
All right, so yeah, like we said before, you can catch it on BET Plus and all that good stuff. And now it's our turn to get into these questions.
Yes.
So, of the whole series, of all 6 episodes, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment was when Aklia was at the bar. The gay bar is like open mic night, and she's drumming throughout the night. And her mother comes to the bar to see her, but misses part of her set. And her mother is just like taking photos with like people in the bar who know her because she's like famous. And just being all, kikiing with people. And Aklia is just like, how is it that you can be like this with them, but then you treat me like shit at home? And it was just such a good moment. The way that we built up to be able to see her relationship with her mother and the ways that it made her feel insecure and the ways that it kind of tore her down. And then to see her in this space that's her own and to tell her mother, like, no, actually, this space is for me. I don't want you here. And you're not going to invade this place of peace that I have. And you're not going to be two-faced either. That was my favorite moment. It was good to see Aklia stand up. Well, she did go hard on the drinking after that, though. But
Well,
at least she said her piece.
That's real.
What about you?
So, hey, look, the Scorpio in me has to shout out the love scene early in the series between Sharia Irving, aka Candice, and Vanessa Williams, who is I'm sorry, no, I got
Michelle
the names
Williams.
wrong. I got the names wrong. This was Sharia Irving as Taylor.
Yes.
And Vanessa Williams as Candice.
Yes.
It took a minute, but
you
I got it,
there.
y'all.
You got there.
I feel like I have to shout out these names too, in particular, because this is not the first time we've seen Sharia Irving as a queer character, or my lord, Vanessa Williams as a queer character. We watched her in
the L Word, Generation Q.
Yes,
Pippa
as
Pascal.
Pippa Pascal. Loved her there, so it's great to see her again in this series. And yeah, I just feel like that. Yeah.
And Sharia was in 20s as Lorraine.
Yeah. So yeah, to see these women that we've been following in different shows here again in their own love affair, getting it in. I have to say that was one of my favorite moments. And then also, I love the moment when Rotimi's character, I actually don't remember his name in the show. What was the friend zone guy's name?
Marcus.
It was not
Aaron.
Marcus. Dude. Okay.
Dude, sorry.
Dude's mom, right? Dude's mom. That moment when they're at the gallery and they see each other for the first time, and I'm sorry, when Taylor and Candice see each other and have to play off like they don't know each other in front of the son and the friend, that was just a hilarious moment. That was hilarious. So I mean that's the big plot twist for the whole series. So yeah, I like that scene.
That was a really funny scene to have him come in. First of all, Aklia, what were you doing? You knew. Aklia knew. Aklia knew she had a boo over that night. She knew, like, this your mama. You met him and his mom and her husband with Taylor. You was standing right there, and then you just gonna let him in so he can go to the bedroom, see them.
Wait a second. I think we're confusing the scenes. Wait a second. What scene are you talking about?
I'm talking about the scene where he walks in and he sees Taylor and Candice.
Wait. We're not talking about the same scene.
No. What scene are you talking about?
I'm talking about the scene when they're in the art gallery.
Oh.
When Taylor and Candice
first meet.
First
get introduced
when they're
by him.
When they see each other at the art gallery.
Oh, okay.
That moment when they see each other at the art gallery and it's like, oh my gosh, I just slept with you. Yes. Yikes. Oh, you're married. It's like there were so many levels because like Taylor is meeting Candice's husband at this time and also meeting her friend's mom. Like she doesn't know his mom up until this point. So he's like, hey, you get to meet my mom.
Right.
At the gallery. And yeah, I just thought that was a hilarious moment.
That was a hilarious moment. And I'm going to add the second hilarity, which is when the son finds out that his mom is sleeping with his crush and friend Taylor. And walks in on them in bed together.
That was the messiest mess.
That was so messy. And then that Candice gets up fully naked from the bed. It was just like...
What would you do?
Funny moment.
What would you do? A parent walks in on you. I'm sorry, your child walks in on you.
First of all, I'm not getting out of the bed. I'm going under the covers.
Okay.
I'm going under covers.
Okay. You're hiding.
I'm hiding.
Some
people are fight or flight. I'm hide and plan.
Okay.
Hide and plan.
Why are you gonna plan underneath some blankets?
Because I at least got to be covered. I can't be titty out with the kid as they're realizing what's happening. I don't need to add to the image.
You don't need any more PTSD on this child.
What would you do?
What would I do? I would be like, get out of here. This grown folks' business. This grown folks' business.
First of all, I'm not gonna be sleeping with my kid's friend. Hopefully. I think
you wouldn't do it again. Okay, because I mean, also that was a part of this. That was a whole part.
She
of
knew.
it.
She knows at this
the
point.
The sex is so good. The connection is so strong that I have to go back in for round 2.
Yeah. She also doesn't know that her son has a crush on Taylor.
Does that matter?
I don't think it matters to
I
her
don't know that she cares.
She didn't come to the conclusion she was going to stop seeing Taylor just because of his crush. All right. Yeah. Who was your woman crush?
Yo, so like I said, Sharia Irving in this, man, definitely my woman crush. Yep. And you know what? Not only is she just cute and acting great and doing all that good stuff, but like the character that she portrayed was a really dope artist. You know what I'm saying? Like the photographs that she was taking were like, oh my gosh, this is just great art. And there was so much beautiful art in it. And she was a real lover. She was a real woman-loving woman. And
she was.
Definitely the woman crush. I mean, I'll give it honorable mention, no doubt, like I said, to Vanessa Williams, baddie that we love. But number one, Sharia Irving in this. And you know what? Another honorable mention, too. I wrote down this name. Denise Lawton as Mercedes. And she was Aklia's boo, who came in and was like, you know, I got the little album before you brought the little vinyl, you know, it was just the nice little love touch. And I was like, hey, she's a cutie, logged.
Nice.
Logged. So,
okay.
Boom.
Okay,
your woman crush.
I'm giving it to Vanessa Williams as Candice. And it is because of this moment where Candice is talking to her friend, or who she thinks is her friend. And, you know, telling her about, you know, I've dated this woman, but she goes into the story about being in college and having spent this one break, this one weekend where everybody was gone in the dorm with this other woman and having this, like, wonderful, sexual, sensual, powerful weekend. And I was just like, identifiable. I identify as a late bloomer who came out, you know, really after college, after graduation. I was just like, yes, girl, it's never too late. Go ahead, reclaim your power, reclaim your story, rename things, you know, get what you actually deserve and are wanting and looking for. And yeah, that's what made her the woman crush. She's still
nice.
I love her as Pippa Pascal in Generation Q with the braids, but you know, Vanessa Williams fine at all times.
The bob.
It's fire. It's
too.
fire. Yeah. All right. So what can stay? What can go?
So what can stay? I feel like how bomb that sex was between them. You know what I'm saying? Just that can stay.
That can stay for everybody.
Exactly. That's where I was at with it.
We wish that for all the people in the world who want sex.
And you know that I feel like that as a stereotype for a lot of women loving women sex, like there are these multiple orgasms, and this was all about it. Like this was about all of that. So let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate the healthy and happy sex lives.
Amen.
And that can stay. Yeah, and I wrote down like the smile on Candice's face every time she reminisces on her time with women.
Oh,
because like she was just so in love with it, and just that was fun.
Yeah,
that was fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, those were my can stays.
Yeah,
you can go into your stays and we can go into goes.
Okay. I'll do my stays. So, what can stay is Aklia really asking her dad to have her back. I loved that she really just stepped up on her parents. She was like, look, this is what I'm not gonna do, and this is what I actually need. Dad, I need you to like be there. Stand up for me.
Yeah.
Don't drag me into things you know I didn't want to do. So I love that. I love the friendship between Aklia and Taylor. So having queer friends that you can talk to and sort things out with, and people who know you and can identify like, hey, you know what? You just, broke up with somebody. Now you in this like messy thing. You sure that's what you want to do, friend? But I'm here for you and I want you to get that nut. It's all good. But, I'm just saying, this could get messy.
Yeah.
So that can definitely stay. And yeah, the hot scenes. I love seeing people just be not just in love, but enjoy each other. And I think everybody needs to enjoy life, and it's nice to watch people enjoy one another. So yeah, more of that.
That was such a eloquent way to say that. To watch people, enjoy one another. I love it.
Sex.
I love it. I love it. All right, so
what can go?
Leon's weak ass. Okay, this is Candice's husband in the show, and he was. I mean, he obviously had a history of infidelity. The wife is over just what he's bringing to the table, and then he was getting mad about it. I mean, I guess they needed to wrap the relationship up.
She's obviously stepping out on him, done with him.
Yeah.
Both of them seem to be not respecting their relationship.
Yeah. But, Leon, this is called a Luv Tale.
Yeah, we don't care about
this you. This is about Candice and Taylor. Yeah. So, get out of here. That's how I feel. I wrote down Aklia's weak ass parents. I'll give her dad a pass because he stepped it up, but definitely parents being haters and hating on queer kids and hating on their identity and not letting them be and gaslighting them to make them feel like they're a part of the situation, but then they're really not because you actually are ashamed of them, but you're trying to nudge them toward a certain lifestyle. All of that can go. And
you just read that for filth.
Yeah, because I've seen it too many times. And also that hating ass friend.
Yes.
Candice had this hating ass friend that, she's reminiscing on, and, obviously they have some history, they go back, and as Candice is talking and sharing all, being vulnerable with her friend goes and takes the information to her husband. You are a hater, so
yeah.
Be gone.
And was not really concerned with Candice's well-being. I mean, she said she was, but she was really but what about Leon?
I mean, I do feel like Candice was a little selfish. Candice is a little selfish. But that's your friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't be whack to your friends.
She could have came at her on the day, too. Okay, slow down. Let's really talk about this.
Let's talk. I get it, but are you sure? No, she was like, girl, what are you doing? I'm not going to go in the camera. She didn't even come at her like that, but she did. I feel like she was not a supportive friend. She was a snaky friend.
She was a snaky friend who had gone behind her back already because she was really trying to weasel her way into Leon.
Into that relationship.
Yeah, just fraud all around.
Boo.
Yeah, that can go. I said what can go is using alcohol to cope with everything. It's not a good trend. It's not a good trend. I feel like it's part of our queer canon stories. So before we even get into the queer canon, I would like to, slowly take that out of maybe not even out of the canon, but just, how do we make that less a part of the communal story? And I don't think that's unique to queer people. I think that's unique to people who are dealing with shit.
Yeah, people who are dealing with shit drink.
Yeah, so that can go. Yeah.
All right. So queer canon.
Where does this fit in the queer canon?
In the queer canon.
Well, first and foremost, this is a Black series by a Black woman about queer Black women, and I just think that in of itself is unfortunately rare. I think there are so many beautiful web series, but not so many web series end up getting onto a platform where they can be even more accessible, reach wider audience, or be able to gain more funds or whatever. And so I think this is beautiful. I'm really glad BET Plus took it on, and that Sidra Smith really put this beautiful piece of work together. So yeah, I love it was a fun story. It was a fun ride. And I also love that this is a continued conversation from another piece of work that is in the queer canon, which is A Luv Tale, the movie. And that film in and of itself was beautiful. To see this come back and really respond to the viewer today that wants, more of a series form. Thank you. Yeah.
I think picking up off of this being a reboot of an older film, I feel like where it fits in the queer canon is really seeing how much more common it is to see women loving women on screen.
Yes.
Like, in the original version, the way that the love was presented was very softcore. But, post L word, post OG L word, in a world post OG L word, we cut right to the sex, right? Like, we go right to the love. And I appreciate, I mean, obviously it's not pornographic, but I appreciate the fact that we're not afraid to show women in this way. Yeah. It just normalize the love. I feel like it's very much just normalizing it. So that, in terms of the queer canon, is, it's in relationship to that 20-year gap. Yeah. Of seeing this story told 20 years ago. So, and I think it's dope. Yeah, that we have a 20-year later reboot. Like, that's crazy and super dope. Like, the fact that folks felt like, no, we want to give another stab at this, because I think this was like, also like co-produced by Essence or something. It was a part of like a lab or something like that. I'm like, what? Essence is making this gay ass series? Love it. Yes. Give us more. You. So I thought that was super dope. I think I have some other things, but I am going to reserve those for the second time when we talk about the film, because I think these notes will just make more sense when we go deep and travel back in time to that original A Luv Tale.
Yes, and absolutely, y'all should watch the film A Luv Tale. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. Yes. So check it out. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, I think it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah. Beautiful. You're gonna see MC Light in there, so
yes, you
have
fun
with that.
Tashina Arnold, in this, and I'm like, what? Yes. I'm a fan.
It's just gems. Okay, so yeah, gather your folks around, gather your people, get on Zoom, whatever you're gonna do. Watch it, come back and talk about it with us. And so we're gonna talk about the film, but then also how does it compare and contrast to the series? So we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Peace.